we could see some little cracks, and you could see some nail pops around.
Tom Pollitt sees this damage to the back of his Cape Coral home every day. There are giant holes in the ceiling, damage to the side of his home.
As I see the birds going up in there, and you can see the wasp over here flying.
We talk a lot about wind damage versus flood damage when it comes to Hurricane Ian. And yes, Tom does live on a canal, but it's freshwater. So the water didn't make it up to his house. Instead, what he is dealing with, if you look at his broken pool cage, is the wind damage.
We just heard this cracking and commotion, and it came out, and this whole section was down on the ground, and it was just, you could just see the wind coming through and just blowing it.
Just a week after Hurricane Ian slammed into Southwest Florida, Pollitt says his insurance company came to the house, but then he says their response was underwhelming.
They sent us a check for $362, which didn't even cover the cost of gasoline that we used in our generator for 12 days, So it was kind of insulting, if you will.
Just a few months later came the news. United Property and Casualty Insurance Company was declared insolvent. The Pollitts were dropped from their coverage. When Ian hit, state records show UPC had around 140,000 customers statewide. According to the Insurance Information Institute, around 20,000 UPC customers have filed Ian-related claims, most of them from Southwest Florida. For the Pollitts, that means their mortgage company put them on force-placed insurance.
That jumped our mortgage up almost $500 a month, which we can't afford.
Meanwhile, they have a $90,000 claim, which will eventually be handled by the Florida Insurance Guarantee Association, or FICA. He just heard from them this month.
So they don't even have our claim yet. They're in the process of getting the claim, so 9 months later, they don't even have it.
With UPC going out of business, FICA took over more than 20,000 outstanding Hurricane Ian claims. Some of those could be very substantial and above the typical FICA threshold.
Mark Friedlander with the Insurance Information Institute says it can take months before FICA is able to handle all of the claims. After all, FICA is handling all claims from UPC, plus the 6 other insurance companies that went out of business last year. On top of that, insurance prices for everyone continues to climb sky high.
The average cost to Florida homeowners is going to be around $6,000 a year. That is almost 4 times the U.S. average.
For Pollitt, that's a massive increase he's worried about paying.
Well, I'm collecting Social Security. My wife's collecting Social Security with a little part-time job. So, we financially, it's going to be a hardship.
A new law, which goes into effect July 1st, requires the state-run Citizens Insurance to cover homes like Pollitt's who still have open claims being handled by FICA. But even Citizens, which has the lowest rates in the state, they had to raise their rates as well. Ryan Kruger, Fox 4 Investigates.